Now let's have a look at the machine. It's got a secure, heavy base. It's a convenient height. You can reach the controls and you can work on the machine. It's quite easy. It's out of any particular draft. It's protected from the weather. It's quite warm. It's got a good electrical connection, and there's a water supply connected to the machine. There's also, underneath the machine, a waste drain to take away spilled water and coffee grounds that you wash out of your machine. To describe your machine for you, it's got a cover on the top on which the cups stand. They are being heated because there's either an electrical heater in the top or it's powered by steam from the boiler which is inside the machine. The cups are warm and dry. They're clean and they stay on top of the heater. You see that there's no cloth covering the cups. There's a fire hazard, so don't put a cloth on top of your machine. There's a sight glass on the machine over here. It's like a little thermometer. It shows you what the level of the water is that's in the boiler of your machine. There's two marks on it, a maximum and a minimum. The water should never be below the minimum. If it gets below the minimum, switch off the machine. Some machines have lights that indicate when the machine is refilling itself or when the water is very low. We have a pressure gauge on the machine. If you can see there, it's a two-part gauge. The one indicator indicates the pressure of the steam in the machine, and the other gauge indicates what pressure the water is getting to the machine. If we operate the machine, the water will be pumped through the head, but the gauge also shows the working pressure of the machine. That working pressure should be about 9 bars. As the machine stands idling, the water pressure should be no lower than 2 and not more than 4 bars. These are the group heads where the handle is clamped into on a bayonet catch arrangement like a light bulb. You can put the coffee in here, put it to the machine and lock it in position. That's now locked in the position, and when we press the button, the water will go through the coffee and pour into the cup. We have the operating switches to initiate the making of the coffee, and on the automatic machines we have the touchpad for 1 cup or 2 cups. Depending on how you've set your machine and how much water you want to get, you press the appropriate button and the machine will discharge the amount of water required before it stops. I'm describing the parts of the coffee machine for you. We have a filter holder or a porta filter into which is placed the filter holder basket so that it can hold the coffee. Inside, the coffee goes through the handle and comes out the spout. So we place that in there, and that hooks on there. That's the portafilter with the basket. The coffee is placed in the basket, we press the button, it makes the coffee. Position it in place, twist it for the bayonet catch, and it's held in place like that. We have a water faucet. When you need hot water to fill up your cup of coffee, you just open the tap and you have boiling water into the cup. That, if you don't need it, you can just dispose of it down the drain. We have the frothing steam wand faucet. Notice when I open the valve, a slight amount of water will come out. That's quite normal because it has condensed inside the machine. This will allow you to steam the milk, make a nice microfroth milk for your cappuccinos and lattes. We have the drip tray on the machine. That's removable to show the waste collection tub. There's a waste collection tub here. All the water that comes out of the heads that's not used goes into this tray, out of the little drain hole at the bottom, and into the tub. So when we're spilling water, that all gets taken care of with the drainage system of the machine. And finally, the on-off switch. I've shown you that last because I didn't want you to turn it on whilst we were still busy. It has a 2-position. First position turns on the pump that will fill the machine with water. Second position allows the heating element in the boiler to heat the water. Heats the water, comes out the group head via the pump into your cup of coffee. Be aware that the group head is actually a heating facility to keep the filter holder hot. Because when you're making coffee, your whole machine has got to be hot, as the filter holder has got to be hot, and as the cups have got to be hot. Otherwise you're going to get cold coffee.